Okay, so first of all, for the opportunity detection, I start with two interviews that are friends from my family. After interviewing them, I was able to realize what were their pains, their problems, and what I can do about it. So after this, we made some empathy maps so we can understand the information better and move to the next step. So for the creative solution, I divided into on design thinking and on design of experiments. First of all, for design thinking, we did interviews for the empathy part, as I already explained. Then I move on to the define part, where we move to the question, how might we? So after this, we state the problem and move to the ideation part, that is to compare ideas with a scamper and get to the conclusion that it will be a three-prong base of a rubber trip and an ergonomic handle. And finally, for the prototype and test, we built it in SolidWorks and added a small LED. And finally, for the design of experiments, first of all, we set up the experiment, then we did it and put all the data into Minitab and analyzed it. After that, we did the ANOVA and Turkey table, well, ANOVA and Turkey test. So we get that it is a p-value bigger than 0.05. So the steel and the PVC differ significantly. Sorry, it was lower than 0.05. And finally, the mole assumptions were that the residuals met normally, they have equal variances, and they have independence checks. Thanks. Okay, so this is the prototype that I told you about on SolidWorks, and thanks. Okay, so this is a model with all the specifications of the cane, with the features, the design specifications, and notes and comments. Okay, so our potential solutions is how it improves the mobility and safety for older adults. Also, how it's more lightweight, ergonomic, and recyclable design. It also promotes autonomy and confidence when walking. And finally, it can evolve into a smart version with light or sensors. There's also a table that explains our strengths, risks, and mitigations. Our strengths is the structure, the comfortability, and the height adjustments. The risk are the possible deformation, the degradation, and the mechanisms loss over and mitigations. It is use reinforced, replaceable handle, and a thread lock. Thanks. Okay, so for the impact of hurricane on sustainability is that it is economical with accessible materials and easy maintenance. Also on the social, it has a greater independence and reduced faults. On environmental, it is recycled aluminum and replaceable parts, and on the technological, it has a base for integrating a smart accessories. So in this way, we contribute to the planet. Okay, so these are the mini roadmap of the next steps that will be first of all the optimization with the material tuning and mechanical testing, the validation, next to it the scaling that it will be the local production and distribution, also innovation, and finally the circularity with recycling and maintenance programs. Okay, so the learnings and the training units for design thinking is that how by talking with the users and building quick prototypes, we narrowed down the real priorities. Also for testing, we test different materials in a fair way. On cost, we kept our design simple. We used recyclable materials, and for test, the track was basic with matrix. We explored more variations, and finally, we built a real part with precinct and design of return.